traders and investors alike were green today. What a very, very choppy day, a very tough day to trade in, at least for the momentum traders. Very low volume, very low momentum day with a lot of chop. The chop will absolutely destroy your options, your premiums if you're not in the proper strikes for the environment. We like to trade the short terms because we're looking for big pops on short moves. We don't want to keep our money tied up. We want to be able to keep our money free and be able to keep it available and moving as opportunities present themselves. The market offers so many daily opportunities. Every day there's just so many opportunities. Let's talk about the SPY. We gapped up this morning. And I mentioned in this morning's video that the 414.26 would be the level to watch it open, and we held it in pre-market, rated open. We come back, we got below it. I was itching to take a trade, but I didn't because we kept carving lower. Wasn't crazy about the price action. I was looking to get below this line, just couldn't hold it. We pushed up here, had this big candle, had some momentum into it, had a little bit of volume into it, and got confirmation right here. And I just want to point this out because a members, they have my phone number, text me, call me, Facebook Messenger from the Facebook group. Discord has a messenger. They know how to reach me. And he asked a few questions. A lot of our members work. So the good thing about the members that work were able to track the market. So when they do get a chance to come on, we have a good idea of what's moving and what levels it, this is at, that's at. So it's a big help. But he was able to notice he wasn't able to get any trades in a day, but he was asking about the 10 to 10:05 5-minute candle. This right here would have been the perfect, of course, just like you said, would have been scalpable, knowing you were heading up into a gap here. From this gap is from Friday's pre-market. We were talking about this, actually mentioned it in the video this morning as well. So knowing that this was possible resistance, you would have been ready to pull the trigger. That candle right there would have told you, hey, wrap it up and get out. I actually took an entry right here. I waited for the pullback to the 9, hoping we could push back up. I was able to trim some for a profit and cut it. I seen the trade not working. I cut the other half for a loss, almost a break-even trade. Was able to get the little bit back that I lost later on in the day. But we chopped around right here. Just a all-around messy day. The other candle he asked me about was this one right here. This also would have made a good scalp. You got confirmation over the 9 and 20, got confirmation, pushed up. You'd have been looking for a scalp or to at least trim at that 200 and to see where you're going. Another entry I want to point out, you can see we're weak. Coming back up, retesting that. Actually, Chris asked me, one of our members, asked me if the retest of this 414 would be the ideal entry, and it is. I was hoping to break at the 9 here. We actually retested that, and it was choppy. It would have been a tough entry because you'd been chopped around. The decay is in full effect, but we were able to break. You could see the price struggling. The small candle opened up and broke down, so that would have made a nice entry. Preferably adding a little time so the decay is not chopping you up as bad. The retest of this VWAP would have made a nice entry. What a wild day for Amazon. Some members asked me if I was going to trade Amazon in the morning. I responded by only if they come for it. Only if the market wanted it. I wasn't going to trade it just because it was Amazon. I actually didn't get a chance to trade it. I was too busy calling the action. Some of the members' charts were messed up, so we just called everything here. Started calling just in time too because they got into some struggle area here. But it pulled back, it opened. I didn't really think it was going to do anything, seeing that big red bearish volume bar, and then it did push. We were getting massive flow. I was really tied up trying to call the different expirations It was multiple expirations, multiple strikes coming in. They were really hammering into 130s for this week. Pushed up, that candle right there is telling you, hey, take your profits. Look how far you are from your 9 here. So you're getting really extended from your 9. Walked right back in. This here, if you missed this entry, this would have been a good entry. I don't really see an entry here coming up. I like to be above the candles. I would have took this confirmation right here up until I seen that candle. To me, a lot of traders will try down here, or we're getting back above the 9 in this area. But for me, I'm looking to be above these levels over here. This would have been an entry for me. Of course, I'm looking for confirmation on the 5-minute chart, going to the 1-minute chart, trying to get the best entry as possible. I'm trying to buy a flag back to the 9. Just like right here, the flag back to the 9, that's the type of entry we're trying to get off the 1. We're using the 5-minute charts for confirmation, getting a 5-minute candle to open. Sure, we're leaving some on the table. Taking more wins. We're not taking the heavy losses. We're taking more wins, less losses, and leaving a little bit of meat on the bone. But in the long run, the other traders that are getting hammered on the losses are, we're probably just about breaking even without affecting the confidence. Trader discipline is so important. And on a day like today, with all this chop, you have to recognize that the market is, we're stuck in this range. We're not trending. We're a lot of chop. A rough day, you need to really sit on your hands unless you have a style that works in this type of chop. But when we pushed here, you can start to see you got wicks coming in. It's like, hey, all right, it's time to take my profits. Price is getting ready to turn. Don't have a decent MACD here to judge the MACD with, unfortunately. Got to get some data in on these charts. This right here would have made an entry. You were chopping down, getting below this level right here. This candle pushed below it. This candle never really opened up below the 50. That candle right there would have been scalpable. This candle opened and dropped. That was probably a pretty nice 10 minutes right there, profit wise. This right here, once again, back above the 9 and 20 on the 5. You've been looking to take profits. VWAP in your 50s right there. VWAP's heavy. You can see we've seen struggle right here. So if you did take this confirmation, you're looking to get out there. There's no need to hold it. Take your profits. Trading is more. It's just not just about winning. You have to protect what you have. You have to protect your capital. Without your capital, you're just not in the game anymore. Pulling back, this could have been another entry in this area too. Opening below this 9 here for the ride down. Let's look at Apple. Had a thing today. Actually, it's this week. And they made some announcements. I'm not even sure what was announced. All I know is the social media apps popped off. So we got pops on volume. Look at the volume coming in, and we got alerts that we were popping on volume. Pushed up. The cleanest entry I see would have been this one right here, and at this time you're extended. It would have been a little sketchy. The best entry would have been catching up here. As soon as you see those wicks, to start opening up puts for the walk back. And of course, when you get back to your 9, you have to be watching. You have to be willing to take profits from this entry here to here. It did take the 9 out and continue below. If you have more than one contract, I suggest taking some there. Pulling back, found support at the VWAP and in the 20, and was all over this level. This level was pre-drawn. I don't know if I called it today or not, but we call this level a lot. Opened up, tested, pulled back, tested again. This could have been an entry right here, knowing this level, snatching back. But that level has been called many, many times. Another one that pushed on this was Snap. Facebook was stronger. Both of these started getting flow. Nothing like Amazon. But just as soon as they started making their move, we started seeing flow come in on them, which is a good, clear sign. I do like this better than the Facebook trade. Probably the Facebook trade probably would have paid a little more. But you got a cleaner confirmation here. Momentum coming in, volume coming in. We got back above all our levels. This candle opening right here and ripped. Once again, getting up here, seeing wicks, red candles, green candle, red candle, green candle, pulling back. This could have made a nice entry. Other than your 9 here, I personally wouldn't take the entry. I like to be below my 9. Now, maybe this right here to here could have been an entry, but if you have more than one contract, make sure you're taking profits at each level just to protect your capital. Capital protection has to be number one. Pins popped on this as well. So we were able to get notifications that all those were popping from our new squawks were going off. ENPH was on the radar at open. It's one of the ones that was, for some reason, trading higher for uh, Biden's talking about solar. But we put this high in pre-market pullback. So right here, we put this high in pre-market. This is a level of interest now. And you got up here, you were chopping around, seeing wicks. You could have took a put entry right there. That's not really my style of trading. I like to catch the breakouts. I may have took a candle open here, but just to get at a level, and I'm not one to hit a level and be like, well, I'm going to go ahead and open puts here because I think it's, I think we're going to pull back. I'm more or less trying to catch the actual breakout. I want to get in right before the action happens, before we start to make the move. I don't like to ride the chop. Some traders don't mind. It all depends on your style of trading. That would have made a nice entry right there. Be like, all right, we're up here. We're seeing these red candles coming back, retesting it. It's not holding. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and open some puts, thinking that it's not going to hold the move. Another one, and jokingly, pre-market coming into market open, we got news that Kramer was pumping Lilly. And one of our members, Craig, half jokingly, but I don't think he was really joking. He said, open puts now because, Kramer pumping something. A lot of times it doesn't hold. We're not going to get political. We could have some Kramer fans in here, and not that I'm not. He's just an entertainer. I do believe his investment group is doing better than a lot of the stuff he calls on TV. He's an entertainer on CNBC. And so he doesn't have to be right. He has to entertain. Anyway, we got a nice push here into pre-market when he was talking about it, and then it just started pulling back. Right here, you can see the struggles. Getting back below this VWAP here would have been the entry for me. I'm not going to short anything or open puts. I don't short with shares, but I do use puts. But I'm not going to take an entry here on top of the VWAP. But that right there could have been an entry. Could have been a little choppy one, been some pain. You could have took an entry right here as well. This candle, we're below the 9, struggling. You can see the struggle there to push up. That confirmation candle right there would have been probably more where I would have felt more comfortable. But you could easily have opened one here and rode down below. I just like to be below all my levels, or at least have room to move between levels. So for me, this would have been the best entry that I see, either this candle or even being a little more conservative, this candle. I'm personally a very conservative trader. Just comes with years of trading, the trader discipline. It takes time. It's just not something that some people, we're all, their emotions are different. Some people are more disciplined naturally than others. It definitely takes time. A lot of us, including me, think that we're just going to start trading and start making money instantly. But if you think about it, that is like a lawyer, a young man or woman who wants to be a lawyer who starts to attend college, and your first day in college taking a murder trial. It's kind of like sitting down in front of the screen thinking you're going to start making money. And it's possible. We were in an uptrend. A lot of people made a lot of money in the market, but with basically no discipline, just getting lucky. We were in a trend. So if we didn't, if they were down that day, it was bound to go up because the whole market was running up, and a lot of people were able to make a lot of money, after COVID, when the market just ran up. Now it's a different story, different times, the market's different. Most of that money that was made was given back. And we have people in our groups who have just been slaughtered. And the whole time we were begging, steady begging, please stop buying dips. November, we started talking about the market changing. We could see the market changing daily. We writ a report for 2022. Actually hit a lot of this rate on, the one thing that we did miss is we were expecting. I really thought China would have been invaded before Ukraine, but a lot of the issues we're dealing with it's all written right out, still in the Discord. And we'll do the same thing again next year. Hopefully by the end of this year, some of this the market, some of the pressure will ease up. We are going to be facing some serious food issues around the end of the year, so we'll have to see. For right now, we're just trading the action, the daily action, trying to follow our commodity plays that are running and just taking it one day at a time. Not trying to buy any dips, not trying to hold anything. We are just letting the market show us what we want and trading the action. Well, I hope to see everybody in the trading room. Good luck. I hope tomorrow maybe we won't rain so hard. Maybe we'll trend. And good luck to everybody. Hope everybody can make some money tomorrow. Have a good night.